Hey, you're doing all of this without telling me again? I swear this has to be close to the 15th time you've done this to me. What's that? I never did anything wrong, did I? I plan to be away on vacation for a little while, so you can watch him for a couple of days. You would love that, wouldn't you? I don't mind you bringing him over when you have something going on, but I feel bad that Luke has to go through this so often with you. At this rate, you're making it look like I'm more of his mother than you are. He'll be all right. Luke happens to like his aunt a lot, actually. But not as much as me, of course, so don't think he'll get that attached to you. His aunt? Shelby, you and Drake already had your divorce, making me nothing to you anymore, right? All I am is a stranger, so you need to stop acting like I'm still your sister-in-law or whatever. But wasn't it you who said you couldn't sit with the idea of me taking full custody of my son after all of that went down? I'm trying to be a good person now by letting my son stay with the person who thought she could take better care of him than me. Thank me for that, please. The reason I was saying that wasn't because I wanted to be his mother, but because I want him to be free from having a terrible woman like you as his mother. But that's too bad because he's still my child legally. I'm sure that really kills Drake to have to live with now, doesn't it? Knowing that the one person he doesn't want his son around at all now has full custody of him. But I was the one that had to go through all the pain of carrying him as a baby and giving birth to him, so it's only fair that I get to be his mother still, right? The reason that divorce had to happen, though, was because you cheated on Drake. Drake was always saying those same things to me, but where's the evidence? You guys can't say crap about me when you don't even have the evidence needed to prove I was sleeping with another man. But Drake literally saw you out walking with another man while you both were holding hands. He even saw that man lean in for a kiss and you accepted it. Also, you'd been leaving the house at strange times during the night for a long time, never telling your husband anything about where you were going. And then you wouldn't even reply to him when he asked when you'd be home and things like that. That was just his misunderstanding of what I was doing, because I was just going out to have a little freedom was all. Not my fault that I was exhausted from having to be home all day with Luke, right? Even when we were having the divorce, he wasn't actually able to prove that I'd been cheating on him, so could you please lay off me now? Honestly, being married to such a stuck-up and serious man like him was never going to work for me anymore anyway. Then tell me, this vacation you're going on right now is with who? What? Obviously, I'm going with my new lover, but he was a lover that I made after I got divorced from Drake. What's so wrong with that? Is his name Kyle by any chance? The same man that you were cheating on Drake with? Come on now. Would you quit trying to say things like that about him and leave us alone? You're getting on my nerves now. You're right that I'm with Kyle right now, but back when I was married to Drake, Kyle and I were just friends. How many more times do you want me to explain that to you until you're satisfied? Like, seriously, you never had any evidence proving that I was cheating on Drake with Kyle. That's it. Is there anything else you'd like to say to me now? Why, if you took full custody of Luke, would you be leaving him with me now and not taking him with you? Did you not take full custody of the boy because you love him so much? Of course I took it because I love my son. I took full custody because I love him and because I wanted to annoy Drake. I didn't want him to have any part of Luke after calling me a cheating woman. To annoy Drake? That's one of your reasons for taking full custody of Luke? Luke is very special to me, and I've been doing a great job taking care of him. But this trip I'm going on now is just meant for Kyle and I, since it's going to be a very romantic one. So I just wanted to leave him with you for a little bit. That should be fine with you, right? For a bit? You did this exact same thing with Luke last week. Shut the hell up, you old bitch. I don't care what you have to say, so shut your mouth and take care of the little brat. All I'm asking you for is to be quiet and do your job. What the hell is wrong with you? So please take great care of him again for me, please and thank you. Kyle and I are going to spread our wings and fly to a brand new world. Huh? What are you going on about right now? I'm saying that Kyle and I are about to go and travel the world together. I think you as well need to get out there and adventure a little bit more like the both of us are, all right? Because you're always around your house acting so serious, to the point your life is a bore. And what is this you're thanking me for? You know who I'm talking about, Luke. Having to take him on a trip all around the world would be a pain in the ass for me, so I'm leaving him with you. Hold it right there. I'm away on a business trip right now and I'm not at home. I can't go back there right now, and I made sure to tell you about this before, right? Huh? You're away on a business trip right now? Then what are you going to do about this? You're asking me that question? Go have him stay somewhere else before you leave. I'm sure that someone can take him for you. But they're all going to ask me for money. Not happening. No way that's happening. Come on now, go back home. I'm asking you to seriously go home. And by the way, I'll give Drake custody of Luke now because he's been a real pain in the ass. Seriously. What the hell are you talking about? I'm on a business trip right now. There is no way I can go all the way back to my home right now. And what's this about you wanting to give custody to Drake now? Calling Luke a pain in the ass like that? Are you playing games with me right now? I'm not screwing around, all right? Now shut the hell up with all your yapping about this. Such a goddamn pain in the ass. Every one of you frickin' idiots is useless to me. Anyway, until you can find a place that will take Luke for you, you cannot leave the country with your boyfriend. And if you just leave him out in my yard like last time, nobody is going to be able to find him and take care of him. All right, okay. I guess I can take him to some distant family member's house and have them take him. What's all this BS about your business trip anyway? Not like you're working an important job anyway. Stop taking your anger out on me now, I have nothing to do with your life anymore ever since Drake and you got that divorce. This is literally killing me right now. Go and tell Drake to take him off my hands right now. How do you think I'm going to do that? Drake and I haven't really been talking to one another lately, and can't you tell him to do that for you? I deleted his contact information a long time ago, all right? And the phone that he gave to Luke, I also made sure to wipe clean so that his dad's information wasn't on it. Don't tell me you're the type of sad woman who keeps all her ex's contacts after breaking up with them. We're not talking about me right now. Well, whatever. See ya, you useless sister-in-law.
So that's what's been going on. Thank you so much for sending me that message.
No problem, and that's why I'm seriously worried about Luke right now. If you're okay with it, do you mind going out to Shelby's place and checking on how things are going with her and Luke?
Understood. I have no idea what she plans on putting Luke through, so I'll run over there and have a look. There's always a chance that she just left and ran off with that Kyle guy without telling anyone.
Shelby, being the kind of trash she is, that's more than just a chance. I'm sorry, Drake. You're the only person who seems to be able to go and deal with this right now.
No, I'm the one who feels sorry for you. Until now, you've always been the one having to deal with Shelby's selfishness. Taking care of Luke for her when she drops him off unannounced.
Not a problem. For me, being with Luke from time to time makes me really happy.
But you have a full-time job as it is, which means that taking on Luke like that is a huge deal, right? Had I been able to get custody of him, I could be the one taking care of him right now.
There was nothing you could do about that. You ended up having to go back to Mom and Dad's place and take over the family business. You've also been so far away from here for a bit now, so you can't blame yourself for all of this.
Right. That's right. I just got off the bus and will be getting on the subway now to head over to her place. So please, forget about her please and go back to work. I'll take good care of Luke now.
Thank you so much, Drake. I'm sorry having to tell you about all of this when you yourself are so busy.
It's all good. He happens to be my son after all, not yours. I hate having to hear my own sister saying thank you to me for doing the obvious.
That's a very good point. He doesn't happen to still be your son, even if Shelby doesn't want you to be. Wow, that was really the best experience I've ever had so far. I think for you especially, Ellie, you need to go out and see the rest of the world so that you can enjoy it all too. Huh? What are you talking about? Did you only just now come back? That's right. I came back from my travels safe and sound. You missed me a lot, right? Taking that long trip all around the world was the best vacation ever and so much fun for me. Sorry for leaving my son with you for a whole year to take care of. Where is that kid at right now? What? I didn't take any kids. What? I was on a business trip at the time you left and said that I wouldn't be able to care for him, right? What happened since then? Wait, but I wasn't able to find anyone else that could take care of him for free, and with no time left, I just went and dropped him off at your front door. Huh? What the hell were you thinking, Shelby? What the hell did you think was going to happen, leaving your kid in front of a house while nobody was there? Wait, even if you didn't come back home to find him, I thought that at least someone from your family would come by and find him. If you think about it like that, it makes sense, right? What the hell are you going on about? I live by myself, and none of my family lives close enough to me to be stopping by. What? Is that right? I can't believe you. You really have no clue about anything, do you? And by the way, even if you didn't know that, why, for the past year, have you not said anything to me? Because after all the times you said no to me, I thought you'd get mad at me again if I went and said anything else to you about it. I didn't want to bring up the fact that I did just end up leaving him at your house and such. Unbelievable. Are you really a full-grown adult, Shelby? Then, wait, where is Luke at right now? What am I going to do here? Damn it, why would something like this happen to me? Honest to God, what if someone went and kidnapped him after they found him sitting on my porch all alone? God, I was finally able to become this single mother and everything and get all that money from the government because of it. What? Being a single mother means that I get tax write-offs and money from the government, right? Although it really wasn't as much money as I thought it would be. Thankfully, Kyle has a lot of money still, so I just used the money the government gave me on myself and have been supported by him. Which means that even without Luke, I'm going to be all right. What the hell is going on here? Are you not even worried about Luke right now? I'm still worried about him. I hope that he's doing all right wherever he is right now. Also, him being out of my sight right now is something that could affect me in very bad ways, so I have to be worried about him. You are the worst. So the only thing you really care about with Luke is that he allows you to get money from the government? You find out that he's gone, and the first thing you're going to be worried about is where your money will come from? I seriously can't believe this. Listen here, Ellie. Someone like you who's never had a child of their own before might not understand this, but being a single mother is a very tough life. You have no other choice but to be worried about money all the time. Do you hear what I'm saying? A mother that leaves her son out on someone else's porch when they're not home to take him and leaves the country for 1 year has not had it tough. Shut your goddamn mouth. You can't preach to me about any of this when you've never been a mother before. Also, the fact that we've lost Luke now is also partially your fault, right? You left your house like that to go away for work, so him not having a place to stay and be cared for is all your fault. Jesus, by this point, I don't even know what to say about you. But this will all be over soon. I understand more than I need to now. Huh? What are you talking about? Luke is currently being taken care of by Drake right now. What? At that time, I was really worried about whether or not you'd find a place for Luke to stay and figured you'd just leave him at your house or mine. So I asked that Drake go to your house and see what was going on with you and Luke. But when he arrived there, neither of you were home, and so as he was heading back to our parents' house, I asked him to stop by my place and look around. And that's when he saw Luke out in my yard, bawling his eyes out. So that's what ended up happening. Well, if that's the case, then why didn't you tell me anything sooner? You made me get so worked up over nothing, Ellie. I had to confirm just how much you cared about being Luke's mother and see just what you were after when you took full custody of him. I wanted to see how you would act after hearing that your son had gone missing after you left him here for a year. And when you heard that he was missing, you started to worry about money and blame me for your mess. That right there confirmed that you are not a good mother at all for Luke. I was worried about my son, so of course I was saying all kinds of things. Now that I know you guys have him, give him back. You guys are thieves. Also, having Drake take care of Luke when he doesn't even have custody of him at all is a crime. I'm going to tell the police about this now, and then that'll be the end of him and you. Do you really think the police are going to listen to what a woman like you has to say after you abandoned your son for a whole year to run around the world with your boyfriend and Drake was the only one who stepped in to care for Luke? What? Hey, I needed some time to take a break from all the stress. For a whole year. I don't think anyone is going to agree with calling that a break from all your stress. Hey, what the hell? Do you really think you can turn me into the police over something like this? As a single mother, I was going through a lot of tough times. Tough times, huh? Well, once you have a talk with the police, you'll understand why this was such a problem. And at the very least, there might be something else the police are going to want from you that Kyle has been trying to hide for a long time. What? Hold on a second. What are you saying right now? What kind of thing are you talking about? You know just as well as I do that Kyle is the leader of a group of scammers, correct? You may call it a vacation around the world to relax and run from your stresses, but to him he was using it as a way to escape the law. And the evidence for that is you coming back to the US without him. Kyle's still out there somewhere, isn't he? Kyle is he being chased by the police right now? Of course he is. One of the people in his group of scammers was caught, and when that happened, Kyle took you and ran from the US to go hide in other countries around the globe. Didn't you ever wonder why he randomly invited you to leave the country with him for a while like that? It's true, he did just randomly invite me to leave with him, and that's the reason I didn't have a lot of time to find someone to take care of Luke. I always felt that Kyle wasn't working a very good job, but I seriously never thought he'd be the leader of a scammer group. I see. Well, none of that really matters now. What? Wait, my house. I can't get the front door to open to my house. When your parents found out about what happened with you, they had your lease on the house ended. Which means that right now, someone else is most likely calling that place their home. And that's why you can't seem to get the door open anymore, right? Huh? Why? Why would they do that to me? When your parents learned that their own daughter abandoned their granddaughter and then left the country with her boyfriend, they stopped worrying about helping you pay your rent and said that they'd be cutting ties to you. They're cutting ties to me? Oh, hold on a second, please. That's not good for me, though, if they do that. Wait a second, why the hell were you going and telling my parents about all of this? Because at one point it was very important for us to have a talk with your family. We needed to take away your custody over Luke, after all. What? I'm the only one that's allowed to have custody of Luke, though. You think I'd ever let a man like Drake take him away from me? Hey, Drake, you give Luke back to me right now. You're never going to have custody of Luke.
Just cut it out already. You and I are going to court right now. When we're there with my lawyer and a judge, we can talk about everything you've done. It seems that the judge made a mistake last time and would like to hand over full custody to me for Luke.
That's not going to happen. Luke is my son. And you having him in your possession right now is child abduction. I'm going to call the police about this right now and have them get Luke back for me.
Go ahead and do that then. But they all know already that you are not to be trusted, and that they are going to need to speak with you now regarding all of this. If I were you, I'd forget about getting the police involved in this.
Who do you think you are talking to me like that? All you are is a lame man who got cheated on by his smoking hot wife.
So you're confessing to having cheated on me then? That helps a lot out now.
No, I was not. I wasn't talking about myself there.
You're the only woman I was ever married to, Shelby. You're the only person I could ever label as my wife.
You have it all wrong. I was just saying that as an example, actually. I never once said that I was the one who cheated on you.
Say what you will, but now I'm really looking forward to taking you to court over the custody of Luke. Both of your parents no longer love you anymore and won't be around to help. And soon enough here, your boyfriend Kyle is going to be getting arrested. And at that point, you will have nobody, leaving you with no way of fighting back, right?
What the hell is this? So you think you've already won against me? You should be thanking me for ever marrying an ugly man like you and letting you dump a load in me to make that brat.
What the hell about me do you not like so much?
Huh? You were always so serious about everything that you bored the hell out of me. Do you still not get that about yourself? How much of a stick in the sand you are to be married to?
I honestly haven't put any thought into that.
When someone's husband is as boring and serious as you were, of course they're going to want to cheat, right? And when it comes to Luke, he's just going to be raised to become just as boring as you. Is that what you want for the kid?
I think it's a good thing to raise a serious person in this day and age.
Then that's going to be one hell of a boring time then. Well, so be it. Then you can go ahead and thank me for allowing you to take care of him.
Why would I ever thank you for any of what you've done to us? Are you done blabbering yet? You just confessed to having cheated on me. That means I can get a fat settlement out of you now.
I'm not paying you squat, Drake, especially not over something like that. I never even cheated on you like you continue to say I did. Go ahead and whine about it if you want. But you'd never be able to do that because you are the most boring loser in the world.
Suit yourself. Did you hear all that? After Kyle had been arrested by the international police, he was taken back to the States and questioned about everything. And during that questioning, he confessed to having been with you while you were married to me. That right there means I can confidently get a settlement from you now.
Hey, you understand what's going to happen, right? I can't pay something like a settlement right now. I don't even have a house to sleep in right now. So you really think that I have any money?
Well, when the judge has his moment to speak with you, you'll learn that there's something called a job where you make that money from. You're going to have to take responsibility for your actions one way or another, Shelby.
And that right there is that boring-ass talk I've always hated. How about you lend me some money, you dumbass?
Who the hell would give you anything now? I'm the one who's getting the money from you. Also, I'll be getting child support from you from now on. So please make sure you have the money to pay.
Huh? Why the hell?
Because I had to pay you child support all this time, right? But now that I'm going to be Luke's parent, you have to start paying me.
Always going on and on about you have the right to this and how you have the right to that. That is the freaking reason why all you serious idiots are boring as hell.
I don't care that I'm boring. You're going to pay me that settlement and child support. I already have a lawyer working with me, and you're not going to be able to escape.
First and foremost, how is something like cheating such a bad thing anyway? Everyone knows it's the one who gets cheated on's fault.
Shut your freaking mouth. You can discuss all that with the judge.
You are such a dick, Drake. All I'm asking for is a little bit. You should already know the kind of terrible situation I'm in now, right? All you have to do is give me a little bit and I'll stop asking. You really have some balls thinking you could come to me asking for some money. I had no other choice. There isn't anyone else for me to ask for help from anymore. I have no house, I have no money, and I've been sleeping under a tree for weeks now. And on top of that, Drake is now getting a settlement and child support from me. When that happens, I'll be in serious trouble. And that's what we call you getting what you asked for, right? Thankfully, that has nothing to do with me now. Luckily, Drake was able to get the confession from you he'd been needing, and your boyfriend even opened up about how you'd been with him while married to Drake. I wanted to throw a frickin' party now to celebrate your coming demise. You want to throw a party? Seriously, go screw yourself, Ellie. I have no reason to be helping you at all. Just go rot in hell somewhere and take that time to think about all the horrible things you've done there. You two boring-ass frickin' siblings are the worst. Always talking like you both know everything about everything to the point you both look like total nerds. You may have wanted a lot of adventure in your life before, but all you were ever doing is going out with the ringleader of a group of scammers. I have no idea why you think so highly of yourself for cheating on your husband with a criminal before. What? I just don't want to live the same dull lives that all of you are living. Are you all having fun following the rules like Drake always is? We are. The fact that none of us have to end up like you is very fun for us.
Hey, do you really find me being serious and all boring?
What? What's gotten into you all of a sudden, Drake?
Well, I was just told all that again by Shelby.
Wait, are you saying that what she said has gotten to you now? You really are a bit soft sometimes, aren't you, Drake?
Hey, I know that I don't really have to care about anything she says to me, but I have kind of wondered if that's the truth or not.
You're fine, Drake. She told me the same exact things before.
Wait, she did?
You and I both being siblings does kind of make sense, since we're both very serious about our lives, and that may seem a bit boring to others. But here's the thing. If there aren't serious people like us out there in the world living our lives a bit boringly, then things won't ever get done. I can see you being a bit more dull than a lot of other people are, but I find that to be a very good trait in regards to a lot of things.
Is that so? Well, if that's the case, then that's fine. But Ellie, do you mind me saying something about this? Calling someone serious and boring has the word boring in it, which isn't a very good thing, right?
Now you're being a bit too serious. After that, Shelby was taken to court where she was told she'd be losing custody of her son and would have to pay Drake a settlement for having an affair during their marriage and child support. That sent her down the path of having to borrow a lot of money and put her in a lot of debt with a loan shark. Kyle was taken to federal prison as he had scammed over $20,000 with his group, and Shelby's parents both cut ties to her and disowned her from their family. It turns out that Kyle didn't only commit a bunch of felonies in the US, though, and that he had been working worldwide scamming people. So let's just say that it was a good thing for Shelby to never associate herself with the kind of work he was doing, or she'd be spending a lot of time in prison right alongside him and his group right now. Shelby would, however, be told later on that she could never be allowed near Luke again and would have a restraining order placed on her by Drake. With literally no one around helping her out anymore, Shelby became a woman of the streets, making a new home near a dumpster behind a pizza shop. I'm not sure what all she's doing every day to pay off that debt, but if she doesn't get to it soon, her life might actually be on the line. And knowing the loan sharks in this city, when they get upset with her, there's not going to be a hair left after they've had their way. Perhaps someone like her will start running, though, maybe hitchhiking on a train or something that can take her to the other side of the country. But that's not going to be enough for her to escape them and will only be prolonging the inevitable. Thankfully for Drake and I, having been very serious and living our boring lives, we never had to end up like she did. Currently, Drake is still living with my parents at their house while the three of them continue to raise Luke. Luke is really taking after a lot from Drake as he continues to grow, and I can't wait to see him turn out as serious and boring as his father is. Well, maybe he shouldn't be raised to become as serious and boring as his father, but just a tad bit would be good. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.